Hey everyone, we are out in the garden today and fall is coming on fast. We're getting between high 40s and 50-degree nights. So we want to get this oregano harvested. The bees have had their way with it and it is time to get this cut down. Okay, so this oregano plant, this thing is huge. It is absolutely ginormous. It's super healthy. We've had this thing for 4 or 5 years, 5 years I think. And you know, those little organic potted plants at the grocery store, we picked it up there, and this baby just, it keeps getting, it was a little teeny pot, like a 2-inch pot. It's just out of control. And I love this. The bees love this, the butterflies. So we let this go just about to seed before we harvest it, so they can get all the pollen and nectar and everything off this. And I actually love these tops in my teas. So I like to let it get to this point when all the little petals have fallen off. Then I like to harvest it. And this is really, oregano has such good medicinal properties. So we like to let it go to this point, and then we harvest it for the year. And you can see the leaves are still nice and gorgeous. So all you do, this is really another really simple harvest, is you're just gonna pull everything up off the ground here. This thing is just massive. And I just go in with a nice sharp pair of scissors and cut it right down close to the ground. And then this comes back bigger and stronger every year. So here we've got our oregano leaves. Let me make sure you can see those. We've got our oregano leaves here, and you can see this thing is just massive. So we're gonna harvest this all up, just a sharp pair of scissors, cut it right down to the ground, and then next year it comes back bigger and stronger than ever. And we are in zone 5 here in Maine. We're right on the cusp of 4 and 5, but this thing does absolutely wonderful. So I'm going to finish getting this baby cut up. Plant all harvested, and now I just take a quick run through it, because I just chop it down really fast. And I take the bunch over to somewhere where I can look at it, and I take anything that looks really bad out. Like this has got some, it's got a little buddy spider living in there. I'm gonna pull that one out, and I'll work on that later. I'll cut the tops off and get the leaves that are good, but I don't want to bring this in the house to wash it with all the bugs and all that stuff. So I just kind of comb through everything, just a quick look. If anything looks bad, or if I see any bugs in here that I don't want to bring in the house, I just pull those out. So it mostly looked pretty good. There were a few things that looks funky, but it mostly is in really good condition still. But if you let it go a little bit longer, it will go to seed, and you can chop these little tops off. And as soon as you can see a little black dot in there, then you're ready to harvest the seeds. And you can chop these tops off and put them in a paper bag to dry, and just let them sit in a paper bag for a couple weeks and shake it, and you'll have thousands of seeds in the bottom of the bag. Super easy to do, to collect seeds off oregano, which I really like. And so this stuff looks pretty good. I don't see any more heebie-jeebies in here. There's always that chance. Sometimes you get a big nasty spider in the house. I don't love them. All right, I'm gonna bring this in. We're gonna give it a quick wash. Okay, so I just take it in small bunches once I get inside the house, and I'm gonna give it a good rinse off. and kind of shake everything. You just want to get that dirt off. Make sure there's no dirt on there because you don't want to eat the dirt. You might lose a few leaves while you're doing this, and that is okay. But we're just gonna get this nice, and then I just, once I've got it rinsed how I want it, I'm just gonna bang it on my hand, and you can see some of the little pieces of the flowers are coming off on my hand. And just to get as much water out as you can, and then I just lay it out on a nice absorbent towel. And we're going to let this dry up a little bit, let it lay here for a couple hours, and, you know, I'll do the laundry and whatever, all that fun stuff. And okay, so I'll bring you back. To sit for a little while. I'm still a little bit wet, which is fine. You just don't want it. I'm going to hang this in my living room because that's where we have to hang herbs. And you just don't want it dripping all over the floor. I mean, if you're hanging it in the garage or somewhere where it doesn't matter, then you don't even have to wait. You can just hang it up wet. And I like to put them in about a fistful bunches. That's how I do this. I have a dehydrator, but I don't like to dehydrate my leaves in there because, I don't know, it just doesn't seem as good. I am old school. I like to do it the old school way, and I just bunch them up about like that so you can get your hands around them. You know, you don't want them too tight, and then I just take whatever. I've got some jute, whatever you have for string, doesn't really matter. I use cotton or jute or whatever's handy. I'm not real fussy. And I just wrap it around a few times. And I'm going to leave a big tail. Tie it in 2 knots. You just want it tight enough so they're not going to come apart when they're hanging. And then you want to leave a tail, and I just tie a knot in it. So you have got a loop to hang it from. You can see there. So you can hang your herbs, and you can hang these on a herb rack, or we have some little things across the ceiling, brace things, and I had my husband put pegs on them so I could hang my herbs and dry them. But these are absolutely perfect like this. It only takes about maybe a week and a half or 2 weeks, and they're ready. And then you want to pull them down. And getting the leaves off at that point, once they're really dry, you'll be able to get the leaves off really easy. And I just pick the flowers with my thumbnail and finger, just pick them off, and then take my fingers and just run them right down the stem, and the leaves will fall right off. And these lighter colored leaves, if you don't want those, they're easy to pick right out then. So that is all there is to this. It's really simple and easy, and you have got fresh oregano. Well, I've got enough fresh oregano here to go me the rest of my life probably, but I will share this with some friends and family, give them a bunch. And we also, anything extra that we have, we put all our herbs in a jug, and we make chicken herbs. It is really great for your chickens. Oregano is highly medicinal, and I definitely encourage you to look that up and do some research on it, because oregano is like a magic oil. There's magic in this plant, I'll tell you. We just love it. And I use all these purple tops for teas. I'll show you here. I've got a little container of, oh, excuse me. I've got a little container of them. And I just throw these right in my tea. I like to make my own tea blends, so this is something I like to throw in there, and it just really helps boost everything. And this has a little florally taste to it, and I really like it. It's great in teas. So there's that. I don't use the leaves for teas. I use them for cooking and to make infused oils and things like that, but they are great for all sorts of stuff. And the chickens love them. And it's so good for the chickens too. So that is it. Simple and easy. I'll show you how I tie this up one more time. just so you can see. Not that it's hard, but I'm almost there. All right, so just a good handful bunch. And I leave a little string extra. And then just wrap this. I just go around 3 or 4 times, 5, whatever. I'm not fussy. It's not rocket science for sure. And then just tie a knot in the end. So you've got your loop to hang it. Simple and easy. And that's it. If you like this video, give us a thumbs up. Subscribe. We'll see you in the next video. Bye.